over the hill to the valley, and it was devoid of trees. So there were no trees. The word void is to make go away. Okay, so the word was devoid. Okay, so you know what indigenous is, and do you know what ingenious is?
From ingenious.
Extremely smart, genius-like, right? So it was an ingenious speech. Means that you really, you know, were a genius to think that up. How about rejuvenated?
Making you young, something like that?
Yeah, to make it new again. So after a good night's sleep, I wake up in the morning and I feel very rejuvenated. I'm ready to go again. No. No. Are you kidding me? Okay, so one of the words that they said was hallucinogen.
LCD? LSD?
What does it mean to hallucinate?
Altering your
Marijuana?
Yeah, that's what a hallucinogen is they were talking about the indigenous people were following around this little bean or berry that would cause them to hallucinate, which would then make them feel like they were part of the spirit world. Yes, well, I don't know how to do that. Okay, so then of course the word pharmacology came into play, and that would be about something that is altering its natural state by some sort of toxin or chemical or whatever. So that came up with that. The word cohesive. Do we all know what cohesive means? Cohesive is to stick together, adhere, stick to. Yeah. How about implacable?
Conclude.
Why don't you give me a definition for that? I'm trying to think of how I would describe that.
Find it in the
Implacable.
dictionary.
Can't be pleased. That's the best way to say it. Implacable. It's I-M-P-L-A-C. I believe it's A-B-L-E. Implacable. Can't be pleased. Okay? That's good. Insidious. Insidious. Something that has a real evil intent. So, you know, the king's plan to take away housing was insidious. There was something evil about it. So insidious is a word that automatically, in your mind, you have the connotation of something being evil. The other two I can't read here. How about vector? Vector. A vector is a place where two places join, right? Okay? So a right triangle has a vector where the two sides meet. That's a vector. I don't have to tell you guys what chaos is, right? Chaos is when we're all trying to get on the bus. or we're trying to sign you in. That's chaos. And there was something that somebody brought up when Janine was telling about the baptisms with the shell. She was telling you about how they use the shell to hold the water to baptize. She mentioned that they had to go through catechism. And then somebody else heard the word cataclysm, okay, during the video. So what a catechism and cataclysm both have in common is that it's about change. So catechism is actually a Catholic school kind of experience where they educate you on Catholic ideals, and then that is supposed to change you. Once you've changed, then you can be baptized as a Catholic, okay? Unless you're an infant, and then you automatically get to be baptized, and you don't have to do catechism. That comes later. And then cataclysm has another very, very negative connotation to it, and it's some sort of a catastrophe. So notice these words: catechism, cataclysm, catastrophe. Notice something about those that are the same. They have the same root. I couldn't give you the exact definition of that root, but when you see words that have the same components in them, that's how you should be starting to recognize. It's an advanced skill, but it's how you should start to recognize and broaden your vocabulary. And there's a study of this. Y'all are English teachers. It's called etymology. I have a book that I recommend. It's called The Least You Should Know. and it is written for high school students, so a second language learner would find it extremely beneficial. And if you have any interest in the details on that book, it's about $10. You can order it from Amazon.com, and outside of the field studies office, it has a, you can tear off the ISBN number, the name of the book, and the author, so that when you go to Amazon.com, you'll have it all right there. It's just a little $10 book, and it's worth its weight in gold. Okay, so that means it's extremely valuable. Okay, so I wanted to also tell you, she mentioned that they were shooting wild turkeys, and then she said not the drink, but I didn't hear a whole lot of, not that kind of wild turkey, and I didn't hear a whole lot of people that really got the joke. So wild turkey is an alcoholic beverage that's really, really, I think it's just awful, and it's very, very strong. And so there was a joke in there that y'all missed, okay? Not just the wild turkeys that are running around, but wild turkey, her joke was about alcohol. That a native speaker probably would have gotten. Does anybody remember what a miller is? Miller.
The one that works in the mill.
No, not the beer. This is a funny bus. Not the beer. Does anybody know what a miller is?
The one who works in the mill.
The one who works in the mill. And he could be making beer. That's right. That's a good point. Okay, what's the name of a water ditch? What's the name of the water ditch? A sekiat. Somebody else told me the root of that word. Where does that word come from?
Arabic.
It's an Arabic word.
Why?
Yeah, so I did too. Okay, let's see if we... Now I have notes, so this is kind of, not really fair to you, but we'll see if anybody remembers these things. Who knows what it is that was hanging in the tree, that it is an American tradition?